Good evening. I'm Rita Cosby in for Nancy Grace tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. First, we go off the top to the months-long search for a teenage boy with autism. A new and very big development tonight. In the last hours, human remains have been found washing ashore, piece by piece. Is it 14-year-old Avonte? Let's go straight to Noam Laden. He is news anchor with WABC Radio. First, walk us through, how did little Avonte go missing, Noam?
You know, we don't really know, but we do have this surveillance videotape that shows Avonte running out of his classroom, then out the front door of this building, and then he just vanished after that. And what we don't know is the school took its time notifying the Oquendo family and notifying the police that he had run out of the building.
Well, Noam, they took their time. How much time? Minutes are precious, especially with an autistic boy.
You know, the family had claimed more than an hour. But we
more
don't know
than an
for
hour?
sure, but yeah, I mean, hard to believe you would think that a kid who can't communicate and he's out on the streets and the family doesn't even know that he's missing from the school.
The other thing, Noam, I understand that the mother actually, when they finally got her there, she made an announcement on the loudspeaker calling for her boy. Imagine how desperate that must have been.
Oh, yeah, and, you know, it was a story that captured everybody's heart. I mean, you see the videotape of this boy. You know, it's such a sweet picture of this child, and the family released more videotape along the way. And, you know, as hundreds of people who didn't even know Avonte over the last 3 months, this happened back in October. For those months on end, these volunteers from all over the place, and all over the country for that matter, were coming to New York to search for Avonte because, you know, they felt like it was one of their own.
Absolutely. And by the way, I'm also the godmother of 2 autistic boys, so I know just how difficult this was. Also, I remember seeing those posters all over the subways, really all over the city. Everybody has been looking, and we're still praying that maybe there will be some good news in this case. Let's go to Justin Fryman, Nancy Grace producer. Justin, what amazes me is what we just heard from Noam, that it took, an hour? Finally, the mother gets there. How does a boy, whether he's autistic or not, any child, suddenly go missing out of a school?
That's exactly what the attorneys are asking as well, because this shouldn't happen. A child should not be allowed to just walk out, especially in view of the security guards.
Yeah, in view of the security guards. Tell us about that, because there's surveillance video. Walk us through the time frame as you know it, Justin.
That's right. There's surveillance video, and on the video, as you're seeing, he walks right out, and there's also a guard near that door that can witness that happening. And just before he walks out the door, there is video of an adult going out that same door, which is one of the reasons they believe the door was unlocked at the time.
So they believe, Justin, the door was unlocked. You've got autistic kids. And what I understand, the ratio of teachers to students in this case, it's actually, you know, there's not that many kids they're watching. Obviously, it's a lot of responsibility when it's a child with special needs. But I still am baffled, Justin. How could a child walk out like this, and it seems like nobody notices the door's unlocked?
That's right, and reports say that there were 3 adults watching only 12 or 13 children with special needs at the time.
Dr. Kathleen London, doctor, physician, I want to ask you, again, as I pointed out, I'm the godmother of 2 autistic boys, beautiful young boys. I think they're super smart, but they obviously have trouble communicating. That's common with autism. Describe sort of the disabilities for all of us, that kids with autism, the extra care that they really need.
So there's a whole spectrum that autism falls into, from very mild to very severe. But the thing that characterizes autism is an inability to communicate in a normal way, whether it's to show their own feelings or to empathize. They don't have that ability. And in Avonte's case, he could not communicate at all. So these are children that you need to watch much closer than, you know, my kids who are very rowdy and all over the place, and you call, and even if they don't want to, they'll eventually answer.
Absolutely, and it doesn't even sound like they did the basic here, which is what, it just really amazes me.